Montana, give it to them. Drug by, give it to them. You know what it is when you hear that? Give it to them. Joanna, your busy body, busy too.
Y'all know what it is when y'all hear that, huh? It's the Lambitious Podcast, the podcast with the purpose. It's your boy, Lloyd, Mr. Chip, man, with a brand new episode. This is a special episode. As you can see, we're on location. Do this alone, bring the host with the mostest, Mr. Clarence Patrick. Francis, what's going on?
Everything is good. Like you said, we on location, so it's going down tonight.
Man, if you know, I feel like I want to tell people if you know, then you know what I'm saying? Y'all know what it is. Pisces season, March. It's bird, what it do? But yeah, man, I'm super excited, man. What's going on with you?
Everything's good. Right now, just making sure, as everybody should be in these times of inflation, I'm just making sure on the finance side, budgeting money, using things that are for necessities, staying away from splurging, different things like that, because we are during a period where inflation is at, I believe, a high of like 7.8%. So you can already see it, and you go into the grocery stores, everything's like $1 more. So I'm basically just putting a plan together and preparing to get through that and to come out on the opposite end, to where you're actually still being prosperous.
Right. And the one thing that, I mean, beyond just Pisces season and all that stuff is it's like a new season. Like March, you kind of feel rejuvenated for most parts of the country. You're coming from under the fall and the cold, and I can't speak for everybody, but it feels great. I got on shorts today, 70, 2 degrees today. So
yeah,
I think like spring is the birth. If you think about it in the mental terms for a person, we got a lot of stuff like the most stressful time of the season. They do say is the holiday season,
right?
And so like March is kind of like just take a deep breath. Okay, we made it. Let's do this. Summer coming.
Right, like relax, release, and rejuvenate. It's like you said, it's like a birth of growth. It's like a month of growth, and that's why I start thinking about different ways of being, like I was saying earlier, being prosperous and
right,
building wealth. All of a sudden March comes, and I'm making these changes, so it's
making these changes, right?
Natural Pisces season.
Pisces, I mean, we're the last sign, but they say it's a reason for that. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of and so shout out to all the Pisces, man. Any Pisces watching this, tuning in, man, turn up. I don't care if you were February 19th or you March 20th. It's our season. Turn up for everyone. That's how we do. We support each other, man. And for us, if you know us, then our birthday is in 2 days, and right. March 17th, St. Patrick's Day. But we got something big on that day, right, Pat? Like it's
right. Yeah, you'll see. Everybody, make sure if you're not already, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like Lamp Services page. Get on the Instagram. It's Lamp CS LLC, and you will see some big things that we will be announcing on St. Patrick's Day. So I'm excited for that.
Right.
I'm ready.
And couldn't think of a better way, because really this is how it started, right? When we came up with Lamp, it was like, how can we love our birthdays, but
right,
what can we do that's giving back and it's like come full circle, man. So I'm super excited, man, and that's huge.
Yeah, so like you said, it's a exciting times, and it seems like a consequence, but I think it happens for a reason. The way it's going right now,
okay.
And through Lamp, we've been able to network, build relationships with a lot of other people, and the person that we're going to bring on the show tonight is Crystal Smith. Let me introduce you. How you doing, Crystal?
Hey guys, I'm good. How are y'all doing?
Awesome.
Good. Yourself.
So you are an entrepreneur, career coach, and you're here to help. I'm gonna let you tell it, because you have a consulting company called Six Figure Single Mom. So I want the audience to learn about you and who you are. So you can have the floor and introduce yourself.
Sure. Well, my name is Crystal Smith. I am the CEO of Six Figure Single Mom. So, a little bit about me. I graduated with my bachelor's degree from Sam Houston State University. I went back to Texas Southern University and got my master's degree. And so, I had a lot of great professors that really kind of coached and mentored me along the way. I was extremely serious about school. I did end up getting pregnant my junior year, going into my senior year of college. And right away, I became a single mom. So I've never had the help of my daughter's father. Instead of being bitter about it, instead of being upset about it, instead of being angry about it, I, in turn, kind of took the approach of, well, let me make the best of this situation, right? Like a lot of single moms do. And so, fast forward to just working, just working my way up the corporate ladder. And eventually, things started to click to me because I was always able to move up very quickly. And I felt like my friends would keep asking me, like, how do you keep finding these amazing jobs? And I'm like, I'm just doing what I do. I'm just remaining professional. I'm just, applying some of the things that I was taught from my father and my mother because my dad was a manager at the city of Houston. He retired after 32 years. My mom is a retiree from the Federal Reserve Bank, so I've always been good with numbers, and he's always been hard on all of us girls. There's three of us, three sisters, so he's always been very hard on us about being about your business, doing what you have to do, and making the best out of yourself. And so I quickly realized, especially when I went to college, that everybody didn't have the same home training that I had in regards to being professional in the corporate world. My dad would be very extreme. Like he would make me mock interview with him, things like that. Shake my hand. If it's not firm, start over again. Look me in my eyes. When you're interviewing with someone, do those things. When you go to somebody's job, give them their 8 hours. Don't steal time, right? So they don't owe you a 30-minute coffee break. Grab your coffee and get back to work. Things like that. So I quickly started applying those things. And like I said, I did very well in corporate America, and people just started coming to me, and I started mentoring people. And I also noticed too on my jobs that a lot of my managers would ask me to train other employees. So they would come to me and say, "Hey, Crystal, we've got this employee that's coming in. Do you mind training them?" And I'm like, sure, I don't mind. And I would kind of unload everything that I know because I don't believe in holding knowledge, right? So we can't help one another if we're just going to hold on to our knowledge. And I was always raised that, you can't be blessed or, get more with your hand closed, right? So, with your hand, you got to have it open in order to receive your blessings. You got to have it open. So that was kind of my take on it. Anytime I was asked to do something, I did it. So fast forward to Six Figure Single Mom. Um, uh, I basically chose the name because it's exactly who I am. I am a six-figure single mom who just did not stop. I did not use any, excuses. I didn't use that my daughter's father wasn't involved. Like I said, from day one, I've been a single mom. I've never had any help. My daughter's father does pay child support, but physically, I don't have any help. But I was not going to let that obstacle stop me. I do believe when you reach a roadblock or when you reach, something that you feel like you can't push past, pressure makes diamonds, So I feel like the more pressure, the more beautiful the diamond is. And that's how I career coach in my business. My niche is single moms. So I career coach professional women who are working single parents. And like I said, I chose this community of women to help because it's my community. It's a community that I can relate to very easily. And it's also a community that I have a heart and a passion for. There are a lot of single moms that feel that they don't have the confidence that they used to before they had their children. There are a lot of single moms that feel like they're not good enough. There are a lot of single moms that feel like they can't do it. There are a lot of single moms that feel restricted. because, they don't have the luxury to allow their children, to work a later shift, or they don't have the luxury to do all the extra things that people that don't have children would do in a corporate setting. So pretty much this is the reason why I chose that community, because they
So,
always say when you
so Miss Crystal, I'm sorry,
yes,
Miss Crystal. So a couple of niggas, I'm sorry to cut you off. A couple things though that stood out to me. And first off, shout out to getting your grad. I'm in grad school right now, so getting your master's, man. Shout out to everybody that's doing that.
thank
It's
you.
it's not for the faint of heart.
Yeah,
Secondly, which another thing that stood out, you were saying your father, as far as something as subtle as a handshake, making sure you had it right, and because being a female and an African American female, you have to really carve your way to get that seat at the table. So
sure.
something as such as looking someone in the eye, something as subtle as a handshake, you have to be extremely um, extra, almost not extra. That's not I don't like that word, but like you have to be cognitive of that
Yeah.
to make sure you get that seat. So that stood out to me. But like, what are some of the services that you offer? Like, what if we come to Miss Crystal Smith? I love your accolades. I love why you started your purpose. You know, people were asking you to train new hires. You were saying, and you found your niche in that. Like, I'm doing this for somebody else when I can be doing this for myself. I have a skill, I have a blessing that I need to pass on and can help people, not only for my financial gain, but can help someone that really needs those services. So what are some of those services?
So I offer one-on-one career coaching, and what I do is I sit down with these ladies, and we basically define where they currently are, as well as we define where they want to be professionally, and then we kind of create a strategic roadmap for them to get there. I also offer group coaching. So there's group coaching means if there's ladies that come to me and it's a group of friends, right? Or it's a group that's at their job and they say, we all want career coaching. I offer group coaching where I will sit down with all the ladies at one time to group coach them. I also offer resume writing services. So if someone comes to me and simply says, I have what it takes, but I don't think my resume is where it needs to be. So I'll take a look at their resume to see if it's something that I can assist them with. And if it is, then I will rewrite their resume for them. And I also offer motivational and transformational speaking as well for single moms and for anyone who wants to excel professionally.
So that's some great services that you offer, and like Chip said, there's certain things that you're saying that like sticks out to me as well. And when I hear you talking about the skills that you are teaching, it comes to mind as soft skills.
Sure.
Um, and the soft skills are things that a lot of people are either lacking or have not been exposed to learn how to be professional during the interview, right? Like you said, you are able to, you could probably get any job you want based off of how you are presenting yourself during the interview process. And it could be just what like the soft skills that aren't taught. We're taught to know, book smart, and hey, I need to learn this, and that. I'm gonna learn everything about this company. But if you don't know how to interview well, you'll never get in the door. So those are a couple of things that stood out to me. So, and you just mentioned the services, but are those soft skills something that you felt a need that you needed to bring to the community to provide that knowledge or provide the resource for people to come and learn how to be effective interviewers and things like that they don't teach in school? Like
Absolutely.
what in you
Absolutely.
made you want to do that?
Absolutely. And the reason why is because in my career coaching business, what I do is I sit down with my network of people that I know, right? So I sit down with recruiters all the time. And what the number one thing that recruiters say, especially during COVID, is that a lot of candidates have gotten lazy. And what this means is that if there's an internal candidate, the resume is not being updated to even reflect the job that they currently have. People are taking interviews from the bed by Zoom. So yeah, you're right. A lot of those soft skills are not being taught, or they're being forgot. People forget body language, right? So if an interviewer is asking you a question and you are just looking at them, or they ask you something that you don't know and you give an eye roll, or you present your body language as if you don't like the question that they're asking you, then all of that is being taken note of. So yes, I review interviewing as well. It's very important to me that when my mom sit in front of someone, that they interview well. It's also important to me that they don't overshare, right? So when you get in an interview, you shouldn't overshare, because that could count you out, typically for a position that you want to go after. So there are a lot of soft skills that we have got to pay attention to. And especially during COVID, I had a colleague that reached out to me that interviewed a single mom, and this single mom was young. She was not a part of my program, but my friend felt that it was important. She said a young lady brought her child to an interview. And it's things like, hey, I'm sorry, the babysitter canceled. I really need to reschedule. Or, just they don't even have to know the babysitter canceled. Just, hey, something came up very important. I really need to reschedule. Is there any way that we can possibly reschedule this? Just so that you still present yourself professionally. Those soft skills have to be learned. And especially as single moms, we have other mouths depending on us. So it's very, very vital that we do understand these soft skills and what they mean. So yes, interviewing, soft skills, all of that is extremely important during an interview.
Right.
I can teach that.
And sorry if I have some noise in the background, but we're on location. We're talking to Crystal Smith, the owner of the consulting company Six Figure Mom, right?
Single mom.
Six Figure Single Mom.
Yeah, single
Okay.
mom.
Single Mom.
Yeah.
So we have a couple of questions, and
Okay.
these are the random questions. So it's that time. We usually have the Price is Right music playing in the background, but since we're on location, we're just gonna throw these random questions at you, and this is so the audience can get to know Crystal on a personal side that they may not know about.
Okay.
So, first question: tell us what your very, very, very first job was, and tell us also what is your dream job.
Okay. So my very first job, I worked at AMC Movie Theater. I was so excited to get this job because all I ever wanted was to make my own money. So my first job was at AMC Theaters. I would go in the theaters once the movies were over. I would first accept the tickets or check the tickets, validate them once people were walking into the movies, and then once the movie was over, I would clean the theaters. So I would sweep up popcorn, sweep up trash, pick up popcorn buckets, and whatever else I needed to do. My dream job, which will eventually happen, would be touring abroad, encouraging, empowering, and educating single moms, and motivating them to just make something better of themselves and elevate to the next level.
Okay, cool. So my random question is: it looks like you travel. You single mom and all, but you have to get away every now and then. Mom needs some personal time. So, if what was your favorite destination that you've traveled to so far?
My favorite destination was Jamaica. I really, really, really enjoyed Jamaica. I did canoeing, I did zip lining, I did a lot of water sport activities. So I really enjoyed it. I'm actually glad y'all named this the spring break edition, because right now I am at Margaritaville, actually bringing my daughter on spring break. So she stepped down to the pool with my parents, but it's Jamaica was my favorite destination, but I don't know,
Now,
Margaritaville is pretty cool.
a second question to that. Then, since you said that, was it a girl turn up, or was it a vacation, or was it? I mean, I ain't trying to get all in your business, but that's what we do. We want to get to know you.
Yeah, it was a turn up. It was a girl turn up.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, got it.
Almost caught us slipping.
Got to get to know you.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
So like I said, we want to get to know you and
Okay.
the audience to get to know you. So can you tell them how can they reach you, and will you respond when they reach out?
Sure. Wait, business wise, or is this personal, or what we doing?
Whatever you want. I was talking business, but if you want,
Okay. So business wise, they can reach me at www.sixfiguresinglemom.com. That is my official website. They can also reach me on Instagram at the Six Figure Single Mom. So website www.sixfiguresinglemom.com and IG or Instagram at the Six Figure Single Mom.
awesome. So, do you have any final words that you would like to leave with anybody out there that may be thinking about using your services, but they're kind of on the fence? What would you tell them?
I would just tell them, if you're feeling stuck in your career and you're feeling like you don't know which way to go, you're feeling like you want to get to that six-figure status. And let me be very clear with my business mission. The six figures is not the money, right? So the six-figure single mom mentality is that we adapt a mindset shift, right? So you're shifting your mindset, because once you shift your mindset, it'll take you to the money. So we don't worry about the money on Six Figure Single Mom. We're always worried about shifting your mindset. So for any single moms out there that want to take advantage of my services, please go to my website, go to the contact section of my website. There's a form to fill out there. It's very short, it's very brief. But if you're feeling stuck in your career, or you feel like you have a job and you desire more, or you feel like you want to negotiate a higher salary, once review time comes, or you just want to learn how to negotiate your salary to get a new job, please contact me, because like I said, single moms, we have other mouths that are depending on us, and it's our job and our duty to make sure that our children are taken care of. And also, too, it's your job just as an adult to make sure that you get the best for yourself. So I'm always pushing, making sure you get the best for yourself, because the next level is where we need to be. So single moms, let's not make excuses. Let's not be bitter. Let's not be upset. Let's just level up and live our best lives, because you are in the driver's seat of your career. You are in the driver's seat of your career. Nobody else but you. So those would be the words that I put to those single moms.
I love what you're saying about like what you just said. I know we're up against the time, but I don't even think you have to be a single mom to know that when you have that shift of a change of a mindset, it's huge. When you find your purpose and you grow from that and you just move. When you have that purpose in life, it's just you move towards it, and some people gonna come with you, some people gonna get left.
Yep.
But that's huge on what you're just saying, and I appreciate that. That was really that was word right there. Saying it's a change of. It's not about the money. It's about a change of the mindset. I have one final question. Again, I know we're against your time, and I thank you. Is it a certain like age bracket you work with, or I know your emphasis from what you've been saying is single moms, but there are single moms that are young, teenage young, you know what I mean? And so, of course, with Pat and we operate with a nonprofit, and I love what you're doing, and we would definitely love to collaborate with you. So, is it a certain group that's your target audience, or is it something that is a fluid situation?
Yes. So for those single moms that are teenagers, what I typically do is I do typically have the motivational speaking and transformational speaking to them, because we can't forget about our youth, and we can't just write them off either. Nobody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. Nobody wakes up in the morning and says, when I grow up, I want to be a single mom, right? We are forced to be single moms because of certain situations. So for those teenagers, I offer some status of mentorship, but it's more in a group setting through motivational and transformational speaking. And then if they want to speak with me one-on-one, I do speak with them as well. So I would love to collaborate with you guys on that. But typically the age range that I work with is 25 to 45. But I do have some women that are, 50 plus that are still working. As you know, it's really hard out here, and retirement age is what you make it. Some people retire at 40, some people retire at 65, 55. So any single mom that's out there that's striving to do more is who I aim for. But typically my target age range that reaches out to me is between 25 and about 45.
Well, I mean, that's great to know. Really do appreciate that because, I mean, again, it's a lot of kids, especially in the underserved communities, that don't necessarily have that voice or don't know who to turn to. And so, we try to collaborate with, people like yourself and organizations. So, we can provide those resources. So, again, thank you.
Not a problem.
Yes, definitely. And I love the what you said is not about the money, it's about the mindset. And that is, of course, that is more valuable than money.
Yeah.
Without the mindset, money don't even matter if you have it or not.
Yeah,
So,
that's why I never lead with money, because when you lead with money, to me, it doesn't give it a purpose. You have to change your mindset. You have to be disciplined. You have to create routines. You have to get consistent. So there are certain things that you have to do in order to have a mindset shift. It doesn't come overnight, but you need it because the money, sometimes the money dries up, and then what? Jobs lay off all the time. But if you have that go-getter mentality, that consistency, that discipline, then you'll keep going. You'll have something to strive for and keep going. So it's never about the money. It's always about the mindset change.
exactly. So common sense isn't common. And so, as you can
And,
see,
and Pat, that's kind of real. Like every morning, people don't notice. Every morning, Pat and I, we exchange some positive. We might not talk a couple of days or whatever, but we'll send a positive message that we find on social media, and that kind of like that's Bible for the day, and you run with it. So to be able to say that your mindset is everything, again, that was a gem.
Yeah, yeah. I truly mean it. In order to be, I'll be honest with you, and I know we're over time. A lot of single moms are hurting, and you have to deal with that hurt. But once you deal with that hurt, build your mindset up. Build yourself up, because it's just like what they say on the planes. You can't help somebody else. Assist others before you put your own mask on. So you got to put your own mask on before you assist someone else. So that's why we have to do the work, right? You have to do the work. So have the routines, get consistent. I run 2 miles every morning. That's something that I do for myself. That's something that whether I feel like doing it or not, I do it every morning, because to me, it's a routine that I created, and it's something that I said I wanted to do and I was going to do. So whether I feel like it or not, I'm on my treadmill every morning. So consistency is key. I know it sounds cliche, but it's true. So
right, if it was easy, anybody could do it, and you always can use like a coach or somebody on your side, to help you through those obstacles and those tough times. You're always gonna need that help, because that's when people end up quitting.
Absolutely.
And back to their old ways, because it's like nobody's there to help push them or encourage them.
Absolutely.
A lot of that is what you are there for. So we appreciate that, and we hope to have you on again. Maybe in different capacities, we'll see. So Crystal Smith and Six Figure Single Mom.
Six Figure Single Mom.
On what website, and how can they contact you? One more time.
www.sixfiguresinglemom.com, or on IG or Instagram at the Six Figure Single Mom.
All right. Thank you very much, and you have a good evening.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Bye.
All right, great show. And I know
great show as always, man. Just very insightful, man, and just appreciate all the guests that we have a purpose and they drop gems, and I hope our audience can appreciate that.
Definitely. So we're gonna this is our last show until April. All right, have a good one. Thanks. So our last show until April. So please check us out. We'll see some new information, especially on our birthday, 3/17, spring break edition. Y'all be safe, and that's all I got.
Salute, man. Salute, Pisces. Gang, gang.
We out.
Montana, give it to them. Drop by, give it to them. You know what it is when you hear that? Give it to them.